Imagine waking up, and with the first light of day, your body begins to decide your destiny. Will it propel you toward peak performance, or subtly erode your strength? Every dawn presents a choice. Will your circulation surge or stagnate? Will your reflexes stay razor-sharp or grow dull? Will your confidence soar or simply fade away? For countless men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, mornings often bring a sense of depletion, stiffness, and a gnawing disconnect from the vital man they once were. The undeniable truth: something has shifted. Energy levels dwindle, drive diminishes, and intimacy feels more like a fading echo than a vibrant current. A landmark Harvard study illuminated a profound reality. Over 80% of performance challenges are rooted in circulation, not the usual culprits of declining testosterone or advancing age. And where does this circulatory slowdown often originate? In those tiny, often overlooked habits of your crucial first waking hour. Habits you possess the power to transform, starting today. In this video, I will unveil a remarkably simple, 4-step morning routine. No pills, no expensive gadgets, just scientifically proven actions to flood your system with life-giving oxygen, harmonize crucial hormones, and hone your reflexes. And for those who stay until the very end, I'll reveal a little-known adjustment that helped a 64-year-old patient achieve consistent, robust performance and unwavering confidence in a mere 7 days. If your strength, circulation, and confidence matter to you, then hit that subscribe button. This channel is your definitive resource for authentic, effective men's health solutions. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, are you ready to embrace a fresh start? Simply type yes if you're committed, or N if not, so I understand what you're seeking. Now, let's immediately dismantle the biggest misconception surrounding male vitality. Your very essence as a man is profoundly linked to healthy circulation. Every vital signal, every robust response, every surge of confidence originates with the ability of your blood vessels to fully open, flow freely, and deliver essential nutrients. When this fundamental process falters, your vitality inevitably suffers. The core issue lies in restricted blood flow, primarily caused by what's known as endothelial dysfunction. This occurs when the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels ceases to function optimally. Less nitric oxide is released, arteries become rigid, and blood flow is impeded. This is when the unmistakable symptoms emerge: reduced drive, sluggish energy, and blunted reflexes. The most disheartening part? Most men are given remedies that merely mask these symptoms, rather than addressing the root cause. Allow me to share the story of Joe, one of my long-term patients. At 68, he arrived feeling quietly embarrassed. His words were stark: "I don't feel like myself anymore." He felt disconnected from his wife, yearning for the spark, the connection, the inherent pride he once possessed. He described it as his own body shutting the door on him. Yet, after a mere 3 weeks of targeted circulatory work, beginning with a specific morning ritual, Joe returned with a renewed vibrancy. "I feel present again," he declared. "Alive, capable." It was then I realized he was far from alone. Numerous studies confirm that morning activity dramatically boosts nitric oxide release, enhances blood vessel function, and actively helps reverse endothelial dysfunction, even in later years. And there's a more critical consideration. Erectile dysfunction often signals deeper health concerns, frequently appearing 3 to 5 years before heart disease. What transpires in your intimate life is, in fact, a potent indicator of your broader cardiovascular health. Research unequivocally shows that by your 60s, blood vessel dilation can plummet by over 50%. A thriving man in his 20s exhibits 7% to 8% flow dilation. By 60, this drops to a mere 3% to 4%. This isn't a minor dip, it's a significant biological deceleration. Desire alone cannot restore function. You can possess all the motivation in the world, but if your blood flow cannot deliver, nothing will happen. Consider a firefighter, poised to extinguish a blaze. If the hose is kinked or the water pressure weak, his willingness is irrelevant. He simply cannot do the job. This is precisely why men who focus solely on boosting libido often face frustrating dead ends. The fundamental issue is circulation. Remarkably, blood vessels possess the capacity to repair themselves. Endothelial cells, the very cells responsible for releasing nitric oxide, respond rapidly to the right stimulus, particularly in the morning. Mornings are paramount because your hormones are more active, cortisol naturally rises, and your blood vessels are exceptionally responsive to stimulation. Research demonstrates that specific morning habits can elevate nitric oxide levels by an impressive 21% in just weeks. This translates to superior blood flow, sharper reflexes, and a naturally enhanced sexual response. Nitric oxide acts as your body's master switch for circulation. It instructs your arteries when to open and precisely how much pressure to maintain. Without it, everything slows. By the age of 70, your nitric oxide levels can diminish by up to 75%. But this decline is not irreversible. In fact, studies confirm you can restore nitric oxide through a precise combination of targeted movement, intentional breathing, and natural compounds, all of which we'll explore in today's 4-step routine. Before we delve into the exact steps, I want this to resonate clearly. True change begins with your mindset. If you've embraced the idea that decline is inevitable, you've already conceded the battle. What you choose to do in the morning either awakens your body's circulation or pushes it further into decline. For men over 60, this window is absolutely critical. Yet, instead of activating their bodies, most men unknowingly make choices that cause damage before the day even truly begins. Let me share a brief anecdote. A well-respected internist with decades of practice recounted something that profoundly impacted me. For over 30 years, his mornings were monotonously identical. Roll out of bed, sip coffee, eat toast, take a quick shower, and rush to work. By the time he reached 62, he felt utterly exhausted by noon. His mental clarity was fading, his drive had plummeted. He assumed it was simply an unavoidable part of aging. However, after reviewing his labs and meticulously examining his own habits, the truth became undeniable. His morning routine had been working against him the entire time. He wasn't supporting his blood vessels. He wasn't helping his hormones. He was inadvertently draining his own energy. Your body is intricately wired to respond powerfully to the morning hours. Between 6 and 9 a.m., testosterone reaches its daily peak. Cortisol naturally ascends to regulate alertness and metabolism. Your blood vessels become exquisitely responsive to nitric oxide. In essence, your body is primed for optimal performance, but only if you provide the correct input. Clinical studies conclusively show that the exact same routine performed in the morning can be up to 3 times more effective than if done later in the day. Morning health interventions yield superior results because your body is inherently prepared to respond. But let's examine what a typical morning truly looks like for many men. Eyes open. The first action: grab the phone. A screen filled with news, stress, or messages instantly disrupts your delicate cortisol rhythm. Then, it's straight to the kitchen. Coffee on an empty stomach. Perhaps a sugary pastry. Or sometimes, nothing at all. No water, no genuine fuel. Finally, straight into a chair, at a desk, in a car, or on the couch. This sequence of events creates a quiet catastrophe. Blood remains thick from overnight dehydration. Stress hormones spike from screen time and caffeine. Processed food, or lack thereof, triggers inflammation. And most detrimental of all, you remain seated. What unfolds beneath the surface? Your heart strains harder to pump thicker blood. Your vessels constrict instead of relaxing. Your testosterone, meant to rise, is inhibited by stress chemistry. Your nitric oxide, circulation's most vital tool, cannot fully activate. All of this culminates in a hormonal and vascular crash that shadows you throughout the rest of your day. It impacts not only your energy but your very manhood. Now, let me reveal the transformative power of shifting these habits the right way. Gordon, 66, an accountant, experienced quiet, repetitive, and rushed mornings. Coffee, emails, a quick breakfast, then immediately to his desk. He confided that he felt utterly drained before lunch and disconnected from his partner by evening. We implemented 4 simple changes: 10 minutes of morning sunlight outdoors, 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing, gentle stretching of his legs and hips, and a breakfast rich in protein, not sugar. Within just 3 weeks, Gordon began waking naturally, no alarm necessary. His energy remained consistent. He reported a stronger drive, greater engagement in his relationship, and even a more stable mood. The objective data was even more compelling. His testosterone surged by 18%, and inflammatory markers plummeted by 30%. That is the profound impact of small, targeted adjustments. You don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul. You don't need an hour at the gym or meditation on a mountaintop. You simply need to harness the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking. That window is your body's most receptive time, and when you support it, the benefits accumulate day by day. Step 1. Morning sunlight exposure. Spend 10 to 15 minutes outdoors within an hour of waking. Ditch the sunglasses and avoid viewing through windows. Direct exposure makes all the difference. Even on overcast days, outdoor light significantly surpasses indoor levels, exceeding 10,000 lux compared to a mere 300 indoors. Morning sunlight activates your brain's master clock, which synchronizes your entire hormonal rhythm for the day. Testosterone, cortisol, melatonin, all aligning perfectly. But even more potent, natural light stimulates the release of nitric oxide from your skin and blood vessels, dramatically boosting circulation and blood flow throughout your entire body, including where it matters most. One study showed men who consistently received early morning sunlight increased testosterone levels by as much as 25% in just 2 weeks. To double the benefit, combine this with light walking or gentle stretching. This movement signals your system that it's time to awaken, circulate, and deliver oxygen-rich blood to your muscles and beyond. Step 2. Diaphragmatic breathing. Dedicate 5 minutes to slow, belly breaths at a deliberate pace of 5 breaths per minute. This effectively resets your nervous system. Lie down or sit comfortably. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this cycle. You should feel your belly rise, not your chest. This confirms your breathing from your diaphragm. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's recovery mode. It calms your heart, lowers blood pressure, and significantly reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that actively inhibits testosterone production. Crucially, it amplifies nitric oxide production in your nasal passages and lungs, helping to expand your blood vessels by up to 20% and profoundly improving oxygen delivery throughout your body. Begin your day with this intentional breathing, and you establish a calm, steady foundation for your blood flow, hormone balance, and mental clarity. If you have any blood pressure concerns, always consult your doctor first. Step 3. 1 microset of compound strength exercise. Now, you've primed your hormones with sunlight. You've expanded your blood vessels with deep, controlled breathing. It's time to directly ignite your testosterone. This is not a full workout. It's a brief, focused signal to your body and brain that strength remains paramount. You will perform 1 set of a compound movement, meaning an exercise that engages multiple muscle groups simultaneously, because this is precisely what your testosterone responds to. Choose one of these: bodyweight squats, push-ups, or step-ups onto a stair. Execute slowly and with control, aiming for 8 to 12 repetitions. The objective is moderate effort, not exhaustion. You should feel your muscles working but be able to walk away without needing recovery time. If standard push-ups are challenging, perform them against a wall. If squats feel unstable, hold on to a sturdy chair. You're not chasing a pump. You're instructing your body to maintain strength, optimize blood flow, and enhance testosterone sensitivity. Just 2 to 3 minutes a day triggers a measurable rise in testosterone, with studies showing up to a 20% increase. And this action makes the next step even more impactful. Step 4. Targeted testosterone-boosting breakfast. This meal should be consumed within 2 hours of waking. Your first meal of the day is about providing essential raw materials. Your body requires proteins and healthy fats to manufacture testosterone, and the correct micronutrients to activate it. Here's a simple yet remarkably effective example: 2 to 3 scrambled eggs, a handful of spinach sautéed in olive oil, half an avocado, and a side of mixed berries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. This provides protein, beneficial fats, and vital vitamins like zinc and magnesium, which are essential cofactors for both testosterone production and healthy blood flow. If your morning sun exposure is limited or your vitamin D levels are low, consider a D3 supplement with breakfast, 800 to 2000 IU. In men who are deficient, this single step alone has been shown to boost testosterone by up to 25%. Let's synthesize this into a clear, easily implementable morning routine that demands less than 30 minutes, yet profoundly sets the trajectory for your entire day. Every step specifically targets circulation, hormone balance, and energy, all directly linked to your performance and vitality as a man. Begin at 6:30 a.m. Allow your body to awaken naturally, without the jarring shock of screens or alarms. Let the room remain quiet. Keep your phone out of reach. This action signals your brain to remain in a parasympathetic state, calm, alert, and prepared for a profound reset. By 6:35 a.m., initiate your sunlight exposure. Get direct sunlight into your eyes, not through a window. Take a brief walk, even if it's just around your driveway. This light exposure recalibrates your circadian rhythm, boosts dopamine and testosterone, and helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. At 6:45 a.m., sit or lie down comfortably. Inhale slowly for 6 seconds, hold for 2, then exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat this 5 times per minute for just 5 minutes. Your blood vessels will open, your cortisol will lower, and nitric oxide will surge, delivering up to 20% more blood flow throughout your entire body. At 6:50 a.m., transition into 2 to 3 minutes of strength work. Select one movement: push-ups, bodyweight squats, or step-ups. Perform 8 to 12 reps with controlled form. If your knees or wrists are sensitive, modify it with wall push-ups or chair squats. This is not about sweating, but about signaling your body to produce testosterone and use it where it counts. At 6:55 a.m., nourish your hormones. 2 or 3 eggs, sautéed spinach, a few avocado slices, a handful of berries. Keep it simple and clean. Add nuts or olive oil if you need more calories. This meal fuels your hormones, not just your waistline. Consider adding 800 to 2000 IU of vitamin D3 with a meal if you don't get regular sun. By 7:30 a.m., your mind is clear. Your body is primed. Your system is running on its natural fuel, ready to conquer the day. That's it. No gimmicks, just genuine physiological restoration. James, 63, a retired contractor, described his spark as fading. He struggled with a lack of drive, persistent brain fog, and a relationship that had drifted into quiet distance. After 6 weeks of diligently following this morning protocol, James didn't just feel better. He rediscovered energy in the afternoon. He began tackling long-delayed home projects. He said his motivation returned, not only physically but within his relationship as well. He told me, "I feel 10 years younger, but more importantly, I feel like myself again." It wasn't a supplement. It wasn't a new medication. It was consistency. Let's be unequivocally clear, this is not a hack. It's a fundamental recalibration. When your blood vessels open, energy improves. You move more. You eat better. You sleep more profoundly. Your body begins to trust itself again. This initiates a powerful feedback loop: more optimal blood flow, greater motivation, and increased natural testosterone. Research indicates that within 12 weeks, key biomarkers like free testosterone, morning energy levels, and insulin sensitivity can mirror those found in men 10 to 15 years younger. The secret is consistency. This routine trains your biology to cease working against you. The truth is, profound change begins quietly, not with fireworks, but with your body responding to signals it has yearned for over many years. A subtle increase in strength in your stride, deeper, uninterrupted sleep, a clearer sense of purpose upon waking. This is genuine progress. Every morning you commit to this routine, you are engaging in something profoundly impactful. You're not relying on pills or fleeting tricks. You are sending an unambiguous message to your nervous system, your blood vessels, and your hormones. You still matter. You are still here. And your body listens. This isn't a shortcut, it's a profound recalibration. Simply by adjusting the signals you send within the first 30 minutes of your day, you are restoring balance. Blood flow improves. Testosterone begins to surge. Mental clarity returns. Energy builds naturally. And with that comes something even more significant than performance: confidence. It returns gradually, but when it does, it transforms how you enter a room, how you communicate with your partner, how you perceive yourself. You feel connected again. Let's be clear, this is about reclaiming control, not merely chasing youth. True recovery stems from consistently sending the correct signals until your body adapts and begins to thrive. You've witnessed the steps. They are simple. They are real. And they work, not instantaneously, but over weeks, in rhythms, in small yet undeniable victories. Discard the pursuit of perfection. Missed a minute? It's inconsequential. Consistency always triumphs over intensity. Execute this routine 80% correctly, and your body will respond 100%. And remember this truth: the best years of your life do not have to be behind you. They can commence the very moment you decide to take your mornings back. Now, it's your turn. Try this 4-step routine. Stay with it. Support your body the way it was designed to be supported, and let your strength return day by day. Hit subscribe. Now, go make tomorrow your strongest morning yet.